added time. Premier League predictions. We're back on the YouTube. We're going to get straight into it. James is going to kick us off with the most controversial 20th to 17th places. We're going to do 4 each, our own tables. Yeah, James, take it away. 20th to 17th.
Yeah, 20th, I'm going to go Southampton. Then I'm going to go for Watford. Then I'm going to go for Norwich. Newcastle.
Would you like to give any deeper thought on that?
Southampton's business looks terrible. Lost Ings, could lose Ward-Prowse, looks like they're likely to lose Vestergaard. And not replace a single one of them by the looks of things.
Armstrong.
I mean, the 2 Chelsea loanies, they have.
Livramento and who's the other one?
Broja.
Has he even played the game yet?
And they signed Simeo from us. Yeah.
Oh, I've watched a lot of all of them, to be fair. Yeah.
They played for Vitesse last year.
Yeah. Oh. I've watched a lot of them. They all look really, really good. Yeah.
I think he probably could have done a Mason Mount championship loan first. I think that is throwing him in the deep end.
No, he's really good.
Really good. He's really good, but I've never heard of him. Yeah, that's how good he is.
I think that's more your narrow football knowledge, mate.
I'm not sure about that.
You didn't even know any of them transfers, which was questionable.
I'm not a Prem fan. And then...
Who did you say, 17th? Just missing out?
Newcastle. Although the Willock signing might save him, although I think it might have just been a one-season wonder thing.
Yeah, he's definitely got some...
Definitely don't think he's
serious Nikita Jelavic vibes about him.
Or Michu, for example.
No, I mean someone who just banged it for half a season and can never do it again.
Michu,
but yeah,
exactly that. Yeah,
I'll hit you with mine. 20th, 17th. Interestingly, I've got none of the newly promoted sides being relegated. I've got Southampton in 20th also. I just don't. While Armstrong's a good player, I don't think he's Danny Ings. And again, Livramento and Broja may be great players in the future, but not right now. I've also got Newcastle going down. I think they're one of the teams, fans coming back is actually not going to help them because that crowd, when things are going bad, imagine they were in there last season when it was getting really toxic, when they looked like they were going to get relegated at one point. Like that crowd would just turn on them. And I think it could go really sour really soon with Steve Bruce at the helm. I mean, their 2 best players are also highly injury prone, Callum Wilson and Alan St-Maximin. So not too hopeful for them. I've also got Burnley finally going down. Season they maybe should have kicked on. All they've signed is Nathan Collins, someone who I was not really massively impressed with Stoke. And I think their best positions are their centre-backs, me and Tarkovsky. So it's basically the same team. And I just think it's a really, really tight relegation battle this year. And I think they're one of the weak sides, although I'm a massive fan of Sean Dyche. So I'd feel bad for him if this happened. And then just missing out, I've got Watford. Thing which is really important for newly promoted sides staying up is defence, and Watford finished with one of the best defensive records in a championship season ever last season. And I think if Xisco does bad, he's going to get sacked automatically and a new manager will come in and just sort them out for the second half. So that's my 20th to 17th. Harry, hits with yours.
Wow. So in 20th, I've gone for Watford. I just not really totally impressed. I mean, to be honest with you, these 6 teams, first 6 coming up, anything could happen. It's really hard to pick between the bunch.
I love that. Tish just given a massive 19th. Narrative on how Watford will stay up, and then Harry's just gone 20th Watford.
Reminds me a bit of that.
Well, it'd be a bit boring if we had all the same opinions, wouldn't it? Because you're not going to like one of my.
For some reason, anyway. Have you seen that video on Twitter? The Irish presenter. It's like. Now, a young boy with his 10 siblings, and the guy goes, 10 siblings? How many? His mother has died.
Their parents in the fire.
That really reminded me of that for some reason. But yeah, who you got 19th?
Anyway,
I've gone for Burnley. I think they've got an ageing squad with pretty poor play. Like, they're decent players, but none of them are world beaters. None of them really get them out of a slump. And I just think, unfortunately, this is Burnley's year to go down. 18th, you're not going to like this, lads. I've gone for Brentford because I know you guys are going to have them really high. So I've got to just hedge my bets here. You've got the youngest squad in the league, a pretty inexperienced manager, So I don't know. You could come up to 14th, but I've gone for you in 18th. And then 17th, I've gone for Southampton. A little bit higher up than you boys, but obviously I rate the Chelsea youth players a bit more, know a bit more about them. So Livramento was our youth player of the year last year. So yeah, I just fancy them to stay up. And I
Miles
think
put Harris
Armstrong's a
says hi.
decent signing. Yeah, well, he wasn't.
He's
He
better
didn't
though.
win the award. Well, it was questionable. One went for 5 million. I don't know what he went for, but
I can't believe you've actually
Still.
put Brentford below Norwich or Watford.
I mean, what for
no,
the
it happened.
20th?
What for the bottom, mate?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, shape up, James, and give us your 16th to 13th.
16th, I have got Burnley. I just love Sean Dyche too much. He's never leaving. I'm never going to leave the Premier League. And then I've gone for Brentford in 15th. You know, I don't want to shoot too high. I think we'll be safe because I think we've done some fantastic business and we've not lost anyone, more importantly. So I think we will be 15th. And in 14th, I'm going to go for Everton because
Wow.
Rafa Benitez toxicity. You know, that's not going to start them off well. They're going to get off to a terrible start. Big Dunk's going to come in and save them towards the end of the season from relegation, and they'll be in 14th. And then in 13th, I've gone for
This is when James doesn't remember the teams. Burnley, Palace.
No, Burnley I've already done. Oh, yeah. We'll put Palace in there. They've done some really good business, though, so I think they'll be miles off the drop.
Right,
But,
swiftly moving on from that. In 16th, I've actually got Palace. I think I'm semi-impressed with their business. I think it's the right way to go. Anderson and Gurhey, potentially really good, but again, Anderson just got relegated and Gurhey, you know, he has never played in the Prem, so unseen yet. And Elise, I think he could have done an extra year in the Championship. He was nowhere near Eze's level there. And then the big thing there is just Vieira. Not a fan of him at all, but I think he'll probably get sacked. Someone like a relegation manager will come in, save them. 16th for them. Norwich have got 15th. This one may be quite surprising. You know, losing Buendia is massive, but I quite like their signings. You know, Rashika and that Solis guy from Pauk. He's a career mode wonder kid, and so maybe he could bring that into the Prem. I like the signing of Gilmore as well. I think he's an improvement on Skip, although they're not the same player. They got that guy from Nice as well to bolster up. I just think they were so good in the Championship, like short, and I think they're going to do it. They're going to do fine. 14th, I've got Brentford, maybe a bit high, but I've got them. I will say that from 14th to 20th, any of these sides could go down. Brentford could easily finish 20th. I'd definitely say that. But I've got them 14th. I just think there's always one team which does a bit better, and I think we'll be less scared of the Prem, I guess, because it's our first time. It's not like we've come back up and like we need to stay up. We don't need to stay up. There's going to be less pressure on us. So I think, and the youthful side will just, you know, we'll do all right. 13th, big drop for Leeds United. I think a bit of second season syndrome here. They haven't really improved the squad too much, although Firpo is probably an improvement on Alioski. But I just think teams will find them out a bit more this season. They'll know what to expect. So I'm going to have them dropping down to 13th. Has.
I'm going for an opposite sentiment to Tiers on Norwich. I think their Premier League experience might help them, and that they were the best of the bunch of the Championship teams coming up. That's why I've got them highest out of the newly promoted teams. So I've gone for Norwich in 16th, and I love the signings they've made. I think most people do. I think everyone thinks they've done good business. 15th, I've gone for Brighton. I think that's just whereabouts they'll finish this season. They've got a decent side. I don't think they've really done anything to push on, and maybe the XG gods might help them a bit more this season. So
I can
14th,
just see James smiling because he realises he hasn't done Brighton yet. And he really wanted it quite far down.
instantly regretting that one.
Yeah, Everton 14th because it's the only team he could think of.
Yeah, 14th, I've gone for Palace. Great signings. Yeah, I agree with like you said again. Slightly inexperienced signings though, so I think like Zaha, you literally can't count him out. He's a great Premier League player, and he can get them out of a tough spot. So them in 14th and 13th, I've gone for Newcastle. It's just a classic Newcastle spot in the league. They could go lower, they could go higher, but yeah, I've gone for Newcastle in 13th. Gucci
Very,
Army.
very good stuff. Entering the mid list of mid tables, James, 12th to 9th.
You can guess my 12th straight away. I mean, we're chucking Brighton in there. Brighton straight in 12th. To be honest, everyone, I would have put them a lot lower had I remembered they were in the league. So Brighton can go 12th. 11th. 11th. Who do I think is going to finish 11th?
Right, and now on my ones.
No, you can't do that. Let me think. I'm just thinking. I don't come prepared.
Wolves, West Ham.
Wolves. Yeah, Wolves will finish 11th with West Ham finishing 10th. And then we'll have Leeds in 9th because Bielsa's boys are quite good.
Great stuff. I've got Wolves in 12th. I think, new manager might change him up a bit. I think this could be a big season if they play. A bit of Morgan Gibbs-White. I love him. 11th, I've got Everton. Not a massive fan of the signings they made. It looks like they're a bit cash strapped. Damari Gray and Andros Townsend are signings that I wouldn't even be getting excited about as a Brentford fan. So I don't think they improved them at all, really. And again, it could get really toxic the way it already is with Benitez if they start doing bad. So 11th, another disappointing season for them. In 10th, I've actually got Brighton, the XG champs themselves. All they need to do is have a season like they had last year and just be a bit more lucky finishing some of those chances, and they could easily finish anywhere from 6th place to 10th. So I've got them in 9th. I've got West Ham. They looked really good in pre-season. I think Ben Rama's going to potentially be one of the player of the seasons in this league. My only problem with them is that they've got a really thin squad and they've got European football alongside it. So I think they'll struggle to push for the top 4 like they did last year. And Harry, 12th to 9th.
12th, I've gone for Wolves. I think I don't know how Jimenez is going to be when he returns, really. That's the big one. They could go higher. I'm not sure about this new manager. I'm not going to act like I know a lot about him as well. So I think there's a lot of unanswered questions for Wolves. So I've gone for them in 12th. 11th, I've gone West Ham. I think they're going to struggle with the amount of games they've got this season playing in Europe. And they haven't really signed enough depth to really compete on 2 fronts with the cups as well. I think they're going to struggle in the league. 10th, I've gone for Villa. Very good additions, but losing Grealish, like that is a massive blow for them. I just can't see them pushing much higher up the table just with the quality, the higher up the table. And 9th, I've gone for Leeds, Bielsa. I mean, I don't think they're ever going to go much lower than that with Bielsa in charge. So I've gone for them to push on again.
James, is there any chance you'd give us 8th to 5th?
Yeah, so 8th, I'm going Chelsea. A bit of a wild card there. It's my most wild card one of the whole list. I don't think they've strengthened in the right areas. Lukaku's a terrible signing. Wasn't very good at United when he came. Gone off, done the business in the Farmers League, come back for near on 100 million. Ridiculous. When you get Grealish for 100 million, you can spend 100 million on Lukaku. There's levels. In 7th, we're going to chuck Villa in there. I think Villa finished. No. In 7th, we're going to chuck Villa in there. I think Villa are going to have a really, really good season. In fact, I actually think they're going to be a lot better than what they were with Grealish because, Grealish was injured half of the seasons anyway. Like when he played, he was really, really good, but he was injured for a lot of the season. And I think Bailey, Buendia, Watkins, Ings linking up together up top, I think that could be really dangerous. In 6th, we're going to go for Spurs. I think Spurs will have a decent enough season. To be honest, that it's a bit difficult putting them anywhere without knowing what it's very difficult to put them anywhere concrete. And then 5th, I'm going to go for the mighty Gunners. I think they're going to have a surprisingly good season. They're going to go under the radar because no one's expecting them to do well anymore. and they've got no European football for the first time in a long time. So I think they're going to do quite well.
Who did you have in sixth there? Just you completely cut out.
Spurs.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah,
I said
thought
Spurs,
so.
but I said you can't really put them in a concrete place because you don't really know where Harry Kane's going to be. So
perfect. From James's Arsenal in fifth to my Arsenal in eighth. Again, don't think they've really improved too much. I think Ben White, while he is a great player, I think defensively they looked pretty sound last season at times. You know, you look at their 1-0 away victory at Chelsea, you know, that was a great defensive performance. And I just don't think that was the main position they really needed to improve in. I think you look at the attacking options, Lacazette and Aubameyang look a bit past it at this point. And I don't think they've improved much to improve on their last season position of eighth. I've got Tottenham again finishing in seventh. Again, like James said, you can't really tell what you're going to get. If they get 150 million for Kane, it could go one or two ways. Could spend that really well, could spend it really bad. Not really going to be able to comment too much on the new signings. Christian Romero, I think it is from Atalanta. I'll take that as a good signing because Atalanta, everyone from their team is great. And Brian Hill, Howard Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory. He's a funny looking character. Or Patrice from The Inbetweeners. Take your pick of who you want him to be, but he just looks terrible. And Nuno, I don't know. I can't tell where my mind is on him. Sixth, I've got Aston Villa. Like James said, I think they've improved potentially on Grealish. Who is it? Their owner or someone came out and said we look to buy someone who matches all of his skills. And in Ings, Bailey, and Buendia, I think they've done that, maybe even improved. So I think a great season for them. And then in fifth, I've actually got Liverpool missing out in the top four. I think the stagnation of the last few, it's basically the same squad without any change for the last few seasons. I think a lot of people like, you know, your Trents, your Robertsons, although he's injured, your front three, they haven't really got anyone pushing them to get into the team. So I think a lot of I can't think of the words, but there's not enough competition for places, and I think they might stagnate and finish fifth this season. Harry.
In eighth, I've gone for Everton, which is a bit controversial compared to your guys' selections for Everton, but I think they've got a solid team. They do have a good team. I like Benitez. I think he's a proven Premier League manager at this point. I mean, what he did with Newcastle was incredible. I know it's a bit hard to judge after he's gone to China what he's going to be like now. But I don't know. Yeah, I've still gone for Everton. I still like them. I think Demarai Gray's actually a good signing. I think he's £1 million. I think that's a good bit of business for £1 million.
Do you know why he's £1 million?
These
Because
days.
he's shit.
Wow.
He's not shit, is he? Come on.
Oh my God, goodness me.
Wait, I can't value any of your opinions, but Chelsea 8th. That's the most spiteful thing I've ever
Well,
heard all day.
You'll find out when we get to the end of the season, won't we? Really?
Oh, yeah, we will, I guess. That would be a car crash. That'd be interesting. 7th, I've gone for. Oh, this is really difficult. Because I might change my selection later on, but I'm going to go for Arsenal. I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, I agree. They just haven't strengthened enough. Ben White he's a good signing, but he's not exactly like going to change the league position that much. It's just a solid side. 6, I've gone for Spurs. I saw them the other day in pre-season. I think they looked good in the second half. They've still got a really good team, even without Kane, with Son, Son, Lucas Moura, Bergwijn, Ndombele. I think they've still got very good players. Bringing in Christian Romero, Alderweireld's gone. So yeah, I still like Spurs. I've got them 6th. 5th, this is a hard one, but I've gone for Leicester just to miss out again. I think they've just got the bottle gene. I just can't see them getting top 4. I think they should do. They've earned it over the last couple of seasons, but they just seem to just trail off at the end of the season. So I've got Leicester in 5th.
Good stuff, James. Who is your top 4?
My Champions League spots are Liverpool in 4th. Don't think they're going to have as bad a season as people think. Van Dijk coming back. Is he going to be as good as he was before he got injured? Probably not. Is 50% Van Dijk better than most centre-backs in the league? Absolutely. So Liverpool to finish 4th for me. Then I'm going to have Leicester in 3rd. I think Leicester, they look really good in that in the what was it called? The Community Shield final. Drowned out all that nonsense Grealish noise and made Man City look pretty average for most of the game. Then I'm going to have, controversially, the Manchester clubs probably in the opposite order to everyone else. I've gone City second. I just think that all the hype is going to get to City, All the hype was on them for the Champions League final, bottled it. All the hype's going to be on them this season. I just can't see it myself, unfortunately. I can't see anyone beating Manchester United to the top of the tree. I think they've strengthened in positions they really needed to. You can't play a whole season having Dan James as your backup right wing. So what do? Go out and buy Jadon Sancho, then you've got Greenwood as your backup right winger. Fantastic bit of business there. Varane at centre-back as well, perfect for them. If they can get a CDM, I think it'll be even easier for them to finish top. But obviously this is going off the signings that are currently. So that's with just Varane and Sancho. And I think, I can't see anyone beating them to the top.
Very interesting. In fourth place, I've got Leicester. Echo a lot of the same sentiments as James. Also think there's less pressure on Vardy now to get all the goals because Iheanacho is such a great player. And the signing of Patson Daka also just takes the weight off his shoulders. So I think there's a lot. And obviously replacing Fofana with Vestergaard should be decent enough to see them through. I thought Amati played really well at centre-back in that Community Shield, watching back some of the highlights. In third place, I've got James's champions, Man United. The great squads. The only difference for me is between the top three of Chelsea, Man City, and Man United that I've got is the managers. I just don't think Solskjaer is capable to dine at the same table as Tuchel and Guardiola. And then in second place, again, controversial, I've got Man City. I just think that Chelsea are going to have a more settled 11. This is where it could come bad for Man City, where the pep roulette is just going to unsettle them. You just want your 11 to get in there, smash them. And I think Tuchel's he's going to win the big games. Chelsea are going to win the big games against Guardiola and against United because Tuchel's just pragmatic. I think they're going to be one of the most boring champions ever, but I don't think any Chelsea fan will care if Tuchel just 1-0, 2-0 his way to the title with some disgusting football. But I just think he's so pragmatic. He's able to get them there. So I've got Chelsea as my champions this year. And of course, the only criticism I really had for Chelsea last year was they didn't have a striker, and now they have Lukaku. I personally thought they probably didn't need Lukaku because I thought Havertz could have done a 20-goal a season job up front if they'd stuck him there. But Lukaku does the job. Chelsea champions. Harry, you look really happy about that.
I'm more shocked. I didn't really expect either of you to put
you
Chelsea
should be
top.
embarrassed that you've put Brentford in the bottom three now after tears just done you like that.
Hey, you put Chelsea 8th. I definitely don't feel embarrassed. And I don't think that's a wild thing to put Brentford 18th. I put Norwich 16th. None of the newly promoted sides I gave that much thing to. Anyway, I've gone for Liverpool in fourth. Similar to James, I actually think the Van Dijk coming back is massive for them. I think he adds at least 5 to 7 points on the table. He's just so important, such an important player. And I think Kanate.
Will he be the same player though?
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, 50% Van Dijk is better than almost every centre back in the league, mate. He's different gravy.
Have you seen Ethan Pinnock?
Okay. Third, I've gone similarly to Tiers. I've gone United in third just because of the manager situation. I don't really rate Ollie compared to Tuchel or Guardiola. I just think they've got a great team, United, just unreal team. But I just think their manager is not world-class level. And then second, I've actually gone for Chelsea. I think we'll have a good year. I think, like Tia said, we do play quite pragmatic football, and all we needed was a striker to finish some of the chances in the games where we couldn't quite get it over the line. And in the games where we've got to beat a low block. So I've gone for us in second. I've gone for City first, banking on the fact that if they sign Kane, it's game over for me. Obviously, we don't know that, but if they get Kane, they're going to walk the league for me, and we won't stand a chance. I think it'll be a lot closer, but I don't think we stand a chance.
So those are our added time 21-22 Premier League predictions. 3 different champions this year. I think that should make most fans happy, unless you are a Liverpool fan. Thanks for watching, as always.
Whoa.
Are we doing
Player
a
of the
top
year, young
scorer?
player
Oh,
of the
yeah,
year,
okay.
Assistant?
scorer.
Top scorer, I'm going to go for Ivan Toney. James?
I second that. Ivan Toney, top goal scorer.
I've gone for Kane. Boring. But
Wherever he is.
yeah, wherever he is.
Player of the year, James?
Grant Hanley.
Wow.
What a
Where have you
shout.
got Norwich again? Don't
You
remember.
don't know.
19th. Yeah.
I've
I feel
got
it's class.
I've got Kante following his Ballon d'Or win. He's going to
To
win
be fair.
Player of the Year.
That's a good shout. I've gone for Bruno randomly. No one would expect that,
Whoa, there you
Wow.
go.
but a
I
full
expect-
season of just shit house assists and penalties and goals. He's gonna have a ridiculous numbers.
If
So
we're
I
going
think,
if we're going
Yeah,
for flop of the year, I'm going Bruno.
oh,
If we're going flop of the year, I'm going for De Bruyne. How would you like them
Oh.
apples?
I'm going for Grealish. I
Wow.
just
Yeah,
don't,
facts.
don't,
Actually,
don't,
facts.
don't think he'll get the game time that he actually expects. And I think, yeah, it'll just be hard. It's harder to stand out around so many other good players. So I think, yeah, Grealish for me. We're going for breakout star. Any of you got a breakout star?
Yes. It will be Vitaly Janelt. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone knows who he is. £500,000.
Janelt.
He will be playing in the Germany national team by the end of the season. Mark my words. I also think David Raya will be Spain's third keeper. Bet on those.
Harry, breakout player.
I've gone for Gilmore. I think he'll really shine at Norwich. I think
Breakout. He played really well last year.
But he barely played. Though.
Well, no.
Champions
No,
League
it.
winner.
You can have him for
Yeah, but
You can have
come
him
on.
for young player of the year. You can have him for young
Yeah,
player.
right,
You can't
right,
have him
I'll
for a breakout.
Well, I was gonna have Havertz young player of the year though. That's the thing. He was gonna be.
You can't
my
have
young
it
player of
all,
the year.
mate. You can't have it all,
Right,
unfortunately.
Breakout start. I'll go for Livramento then. Right
Oh,
back, right wing back.
Goodness me. Yeah. To be fair, I've not heard of him, so if he is good, then fair enough.
He is
My
very
young
good.
player of the year is going to be Raheem Sterling. I think he still qualifies. Seems to always get nominated, so he can have it.
My young player of the year is going to be Jesse Lingard. I think he's got a really good season for Man United, and he's just one of the best up and coming young English talents.
Doesn't Embramo make young player of the year?
He does,
Well,
He's
you'd be going for that.
only 20, yeah.
but I do think
Yeah,
Lingard
yeah,
will have a
that.
better season than Mbeumo.
Lingard's probably going to have a better season than Mbeumo.
Yeah.
28-year-old god.
Harry, best player of the season? Young player of the season? Oh, you went Havertz, didn't you?
Havertz for me.
All right,
yeah.
and
This is
Golden
just an
Glove.
award to keep away from Sigurdsson.
And on that note,
Goodbye.
thanks for watching.
yeah. Wow.